Hi, I'm Bill Mosley, and you're in the horror basement. Lick my plate, you dog bitch.
Welcome to the Horror Basement, the TN Horror News Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Jonny Leroy. And as always, we are coming from the basement of my mom's trailer. And we have a couple of the TN Horror News horror experts here with us. We got JimJam.
JimJam here.
Got Yeti in the booth.
Hey.
And this week, we are going to be discussing drive-ins versus theaters. I don't think we talked about what we was doing last week. I actually forgot to end the podcast with that. Sorry. Joe Bob Briggs' Dinners of Death. And unfortunately, we didn't tell you that the movie of the week was Mandy. Trippy-ass movie of the week, Mandy.
Which it's not out yet. When this comes out 2 days later, it will be out on Shudder.
You can listen to us talk about it. You might not want to watch it anyways. We hope everyone had a safe and happy Thanksgiving. And speaking of Thanksgiving, guys, I did something fucked up this morning.
Oh, shit.
I watched this show called Good Mythical Morning, and they have a segment, Will It Burrito? Well, Thanksgiving dinner and burritos, guys.
Did you try it?
I tried it.
Was it good?
Is it as good as it sounds?
I enjoyed it, and I was very skeptical because I was like, I wonder if I can make this into a burrito. And I thought of that on my own, but I just thought I'd throw in the JimJam thing just because, to save myself. But now I'm not saving myself. So, because it sounds disgusting, but I mean, and JimJam will probably think it is gross because I'd use green bean casserole, mashed potatoes, dressing, and I chopped up ham and turkey and mixed it all up. But you got to have more dressing than anything to soak up all the liquid,
Yeah.
So, because it's still mushy. And I added cheese, and then I added my favorite hot sauce, Valentina. Extra hot sauce to it. And I took a couple bites of it, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going for it. Because I was like, I don't know if it's going to... And I put it in a burrito shell. And I'm ashamed to say that it was good.
It sounds awesome. It's minus that green bean casserole.
Well, you couldn't even taste the green bean casserole because...
Awesome.
But
the
stuffing... Yeah, I could taste... I put too much hot sauce. Way too much. But the stuffing really come through, and then the ham... It's like, if it was just a stuffing and ham one, I think it would have been better.
You think people's going to...
But you got to have mashed potatoes in there.
Oh, yeah.
And I did have gravy in it.
You think people's going to turn this off when they hear talking about Thanksgiving food?
They might think
fuck!
They might think negatively of me now, which they probably already have. So, oh well. Yeah, I had to do it. People probably don't know, but
for our thousands of listeners out there.
Yeah, I make burritos all the time because I love burritos. So, and plus that wasn't a healthy burrito, but usually my burritos are rice, beans, and meat and vegetables. So
what about a pizza burrito? That's a pizza pocket.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like,
yeah, that's Hot Pockets, man.
Yeah, that's a Hot Pocket. I'm not. I mean, you could get generic, and that would be. But the bad thing is the tortilla shell wouldn't be like a Hot Pocket.
Yeah.
So, like, you'd bite into it, and then all of the fucking marinara sauce would come out and scald your hand. Because I just imagine that it's just the hottest fucking lava on earth.
Yeah.
That's the only... I mean, granted, I could control the heat by warming up the sauce and all, but I just... You know how Hot Pockets, you bite into it, and it's like, oh my God!
What have I done?
Why did I eat it so soon?
I'm just so hungry.
You ever bite off the corner and then like you just blow down in it?
Yep.
Then all the filling goes down to the bottom. By the time.
All right, how about this? We're gonna talk about concoctions. I did one time. I made 2 packs of ramen chicken flavored noodles. Then I fried up some chicken tenders with no bread.
God, I was hoping you were gonna say. I'm so glad you didn't say bologna.
What the fuck, no.
Oh God.
But yeah, I didn't fry it up. Well, I guess I did, but I didn't have
Deep fry it?
No.
Oh, you just put it in a pan and sauteed the chicken tenders.
Yeah. And
Boneless, skinless chicken tenders.
and sliced them up and put them in there. Whew.
Did you put cheese in there?
No, I didn't. I should have. But dude,
You poured all the juice out.
Yeah. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude,
I tell you what you do, man, is you get you a couple packets of ramen noodles and you break them up real good. And you cook them and drain them a little bit. Then you add refried beans, cheese, some smashed up Cheetos, a little bit of hot sauce. And you mix that up.
he's talking about prison food.
He's talking about prison food / stoner food.
No, that's straight prison food. Man, when did you go to prison?
What?
When did you go to prison?
2005.
See? That's straight up prison food. I already know when he said smash the ramen. That's what they do. I already know.
And they got to use lukewarm water.
Like, they smash the shit out of the ramen packets. Throw them on the ground.
But don't you
But
gotta,
I agree with the ramen mix. Ramen noodles can be made into anything.
I like them like spaghetti. Like, I like to keep the noodles together.
I usually break them in half, then cook them, and then I'll pour almost all the water out of it, and just enough water to mix the chicken packet in it, and then take some ranch and some cheese and make cheesy ranch noodles. But this is back in the day when I was, smoking a lot.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the first episode of the Horror Kitchen.
Yeah, like, we're making up some fucked up meals.
What about that picture of that truck that damn turned over with all the Roman noodles in it and it said a total loss of $100?
Yeah. But anyways, we'll move into that. Speaking of gourmet food, that's or cheap gourmet food, or just cheap food in general. That segues into drive-ins versus theaters because they had some shitty ass popcorn there.
Shit.
They reheat all that popcorn, dude. That's not fucking pop fresh.
I watch it get pop fresh at the
You watch what some of it get pop fresh, but the bottom of it they just throw in there. You think that is, sorry, Bursty Bubba, but they throw that shit in trash bags and then save it for 2 or 3 days.
Johnny needs to redo his Instagram to a fucking bubble buster or whatever.
No, I don't know if every theater does that. That's the rumor of the internet, is that a lot of theaters cook popcorn, store it in trash bags, and then reheat it. That's why you like it so much.
That'd be good.
I don't order popcorn
I
fucking
believe it.
theaters or drive-ins because I'm not paying that much for that food. Sneak you a burger in.
That's why you go to the drive-in.
Yeah, there you and see, and there's the plus of the drive-in. But let's talk about this. The drive-in was only called the drive-in like 1949, but whatever. It was first called the Park-In in 1933. And the first one ever was located on Crescent Boulevard in Camden, New Jersey. This dude received a patent, so no one else could do it.
How long does a patent have to last before they can...
Well, it got overturned in 1944, and then drive-in theaters popped up everywhere. Everywhere.
So he was making a
well, he
killing.
charged 25 cents a person, each person, and 25 cents a car, but no more than $1 per car in it. So no one paid over $1 to get in. But back in the day, $1,
It's quite a bit of money.
you could hold, if you held 75 people or more in a place. I mean, back, 1939.
That's what you're talking about, like, bring a whole bus.
But 1933, I mean, that's pretty good. I would say that was decent money. And and I don't know about theaters when they started because I didn't look that up because it's not as interesting as the first drive-in.
I'm sure the regular theater started way before.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have you heard that, we're speaking of drive-ins, that they're going to have the first ever enclosed drive-in? But have y'all, so it's not really a drive-in. Well, I guess it is an actual drive-in instead of a park because you're driving in the theater.
I feel like that's just
Cheating?
I mean, that's just asking to fucking die of carbon monoxide poisoning.
And I felt the same way.
I wonder if they're just gonna have a shit ton of like exhaust.
They'll have to have
fans.
ventilation fans no matter what.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But my thing is, if a disaster happens inside one of them and everybody tries to drive out in their car,
It's gonna be bad.
like it just, to me, it just screams no good. But
Yeah.
with everything new, there's always,
There'll be more
doubts. You know what I'm saying? When something new comes along, you always have doubts about
Didn't it
it.
say it's gonna open next year?
I don't know.
Summer of next year or something, I think.
I didn't even know it got approved, to be honest.
I mean,
in
it'd
Tennessee.
be cool. I mean, I could see the draw of it. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Just leave your windows rolled
fucking
down.
drive-in theater year round.
And the main thing though is too is like JimJam was saying, you could leave your windows rolled down, and then they could show movies every day instead. Because if
During
it rains,
the day too.
if it rains,
Yeah.
You can still watch it, but you have to your windshield wipers. But also you can do
well, but
doing
that
this
still
in the
sucks
daytime.
though, because
You can do it in the daytime.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they could create ambient lighting. Hell, wouldn't it be awesome? Like if they just had stars on the ceiling, like they had panels up there, and it was like you was
I almost
actually
bet it's going to be like that.
like you was actually in, outside, and then you hear a wolf. Ooh. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Dude, that'd be crazy.
Okay, so his patent was overturned in 1949. Drive-in theaters began popping up all over the country, and I'm finding this on History.com, just so you know. One of the largest was the all-weather drive-in of Copiague, I don't know, New York, which featured parking space for 2,500 cars,
Dude,
a kids' playground, and full-service restaurant, all on a 28-acre lot. That is wild.
They're doing one in East Nashville.
Yeah, that's where it was. It's East Nashville.
It's called August Moon.
But
$8 to $20 to get in.
back in the day, though, most drive-ins mostly showed B movies, and so it wasn't like the Hollywood's Finest Fare. But some featured the same movies that played in regular theaters, which we do have a drive-in close to us, because it says today there's fewer than 500 drive-in theaters survive in the United States, and they show. But the good thing that
They do double features.
yeah, they do double features. So you go in and watch one movie, you can watch the second one.
I think it's like $8 for adults.
That ain't bad.
So it's cheaper than sit-down theater.
Yeah, it's definitely cheaper, and they claim that the one that we have has really good fucking food too.
Oh yeah,
Like ribs and
I've
shit.
been there multiple times. But I did what everybody else did, and you don't need to because that's where they get their money is concession. But
Everybody stinks food.
I brought Mexican food one time. Went stopped by Elmo's, got the order, and ate Mexican and watched two
I
movies.
mean, in all honesty, you hit up Little Caesars, you hide some back, and your kids.
Or people.
Yeah, well, yeah, and you let your kids eat and enjoy. I don't think you enjoy the movie as much at a drive-in.
It's harder to focus because kids are bitching the whole time. But if you go by yourself, it's not as bad. Like if you go with just your lady or man or whatever you have,
Well, the good thing if you go with your woman, you both can sit in the back seat.
be kind of hard.
get in some gratuitous aardvark in there in the drive-in.
See, and you fold the front seats down a little bit. Y'all
Does
watching?
your seats fold down in the front?
I don't know, dude. I don't know if
I
mine
don't
do
think they
anymore.
Maybe you can just see through both the.
Well, I mean, if you had like a two-door, they would fold down.
Well, you can watch the first movie, and then the second movie you can just.
Get to the
aardvarking.
Yeah.
Yeah, God.
Put up the
Jim
damn
Jam's trying to
aluminum.
crush the whole-
There is no aardvarking in a sit-down theater. There's none of that.
You're gonna get banned if you.
You'll get arrested now for that shit. Like back in the day, I mean, you might get away with something in there, but it ain't gonna be full blown aardvarking. Be head barking,
What about
jerk barking.
What was that movie that someone poked a hole through the bottom of the popcorn and the girl stuck her hand in it and he had his?
Oh, what was that movie?
Was it a movie or a video?
I think it was like
I think it was an Eminem video, wasn't it?
yeah, something, yeah. But I don't really care for drive-ins. Like, if we're going to do drive-ins versus theaters, like, if we care. I just wanted to give a little history on the drive-in because I think it's interesting, you know, where they started or the park
I would
in.
prefer a regular sit-down any day, especially now that we got one in Murfreesboro. If you go at 10 in the morning, you fucking pay $5 to get in, so.
Yeah, if you can get seats.
You can get seats if you order them early enough.
Yeah. But,
Not be a procrastinator.
But we're not discussing that.
That's a sit-down.
We're talking drive-ins versus theater. We're not talking special, you know, pricing there.
Well, what do you think? But
I don't
now-
like the drive-in for the whole fact that the sound quality ain't going to be as good unless you got a badass fucking system or like Bose. I'm talking about if you got a
Could you
really...
imagine, though, having like a nice, like, Bose surround sound audio system?
What if you was able to hook up a surround sound in your fucking car?
You could probably do it.
Like,
I don't
that
know.
would be badass.
Have fucking...
Like, straight up have a sound bar and shit in there?
Yeah, like say straight up, like it's sitting on your fucking dash, like you get everything put up, you got the speakers around you. That'd be fucking. Everybody, your car would be so fucking loud. Everybody be like, "What the fuck is what's it got over there?"
What the fuck? That is beating. What is it? It's Dolby 5.1, son.
You know how, like, the surround sound's got all the little speakers? Have them mounted above where the seat belts are.
And you hear that motherfucker running across. Oh shit! God damn.
I got something running around in your car.
Then you put a sign on that. You drive a SUV or something, and then you just put a sign on the outside. $5 you get into the surround sound car.
Have Dolby Digital stickers all over it or something.
Yeah, but to me, like, the sound quality is not going to be as good, and I don't think the video quality, because like some movies are really fucking dark.
Well, also depending on how clean your windshield is.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's going to be dark. Some movies like Venom, that was a dark movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see that in drive-in.
But I mean, but there are advantages, like you said. You know, you take a family, it's way fucking cheaper, way cheaper. But I prefer a theater, and I always go to a matinee. I never go to a 7:00 show. I never, like, you know, as far as... Now, I do up in Nashville, of course, at Full Moon Cineplex. But, like, around here, like, I don't know. I just don't... You go to one of them big Hollywood movies, and I don't like it.
Too many people.
One of my favorite things, dude, is going into a fucking theater and there being like 2 or 3 people in there.
Yeah.
You must have went when that motherfucker was on its way out.
Yeah, we went and saw,
Actually,
back in October, we went and saw Littlefoot. Smallfoot.
yeah, I heard that movie's good, though.
That movie was fucking funny.
Because we went and watched Fantastic Beasts, and the fucker fucked up in the theater. I don't know if anybody else has had this issue, but I think the last time I was in that same one auditorium, it fucked up one other time. Now that I think about it. Huh.
Call ahead. Which auditorium is this movie?
Yeah, I think I will next time. Like, I'm not going to that one because the audio fucked up. And we watched Fantastic Beasts, which just has nothing to do with that movie.
Yeah.
It was
I'm going to see Overlord this afternoon.
Oh, fuck you.
Hell yeah, man. You're going to enjoy
Fuck
the
your
shit out of
face.
that. That is an awesome movie.
So, in my opinion, theaters are better than drive-ins if for sound quality, picture quality, and just all-around experience.
Well,
but
and now...
drive-ins, though, I mean, they have their ups. You know, I don't have a kid, but it would be nice to, you know, if you had a woman, if anyone were available.
I feel like if you want to be not just for the art marketing, but if you want to be more close and intimate and shit, and feel more private while still having the...
Well, and you can have a conversation in your car about the movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be like, damn, what do you think about... That's kind of fucked up, you know?
You ain't disturbing nobody.
I don't know how everybody else is, but when I watch a movie, I talk through it.
I do too, a lot.
You know,
That's
like,
why live tweeting is so fun.
like, what the fuck was that? Like, that was dumb.
Yeah.
Constantly in, like, Mystery Science Theater 3000 mode. Like, fucking nostalgia critic, fucking...
Yeah.
Like, I was doing it to, like, the first half of the movie of the week.
And
just like, what the fuck, dude?
Like Yeti said, if you smoke, I don't smoke, so.
Yeah,
you're able to smoke
in the drive-in. I believe, can't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're in your vehicle.
Oh, yeah, you can.
I mean, outside.
Depending on what you're smoking, I don't know.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to, you wouldn't want to get on any of that devil's lettuce out there.
I mean, you could, but you wouldn't want to. You'd want like a one hitter. So
yeah,
it dissipates real quick.
Break a motherfucking bong out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're doing
the 3 gram
like
with the 3 gram bowl.
In the drive-in.
You got a 3 gram bowl.
The whole fucking car glows when that motherfucker is hitting. The fucking everything is like, what the fuck are they doing?
You roll the windows down, it's just like
smoke just pour out.
I can't see the fucking movie no more. Roll the fucking windows down. But yeah.
Forget you're not driving. How's my driving? I think we're parked.
Yeah.
In a lot of theaters now, though, they serve alcohol.
Yeah. Well,
but
I've been trying
in a lot, but not all.
I've been trying to say is the ones in Murfreesboro have recliners in them.
Yeah. Now that is nice about that theater. But
it's not fat.
You have to recline in them.
It's not fat boy friendly.
And you have to recline in them because
my fat ass keeps pushing the button throughout the movie.
But I'm saying you have to recline in them because they are the most uncomfortable motherfuckers sitting straight. They sit straight up.
They ain't made for wide, folks.
No, of course not. We're not supposed to be this big.
I'm sitting there like watching it, and all of a sudden, I don't want to fucking recline.
I know. I don't know why you'd put the fucking button there.
Yeah, you put the button on where your hand.
Why wouldn't you put it on top?
Bad place.
Whatever. I mean, it's not like they clean the motherfuckers anyways. And that's the other thing about that. Like, you sit down in it and then you lean your head back, Never mind.
Like, for real, though, on some real shit, like, I enjoy, like, when I go to a movie, I generally enjoy it, just because of the whole fucking big screen loud experience, But, like, if I had to choose between kicking back on my bed with my fucking big goofy-ass slippers on and watching the movie and fucking going out in the public in a sticky-ass theater, it's me and my slippers, man.
Well, if I had a good surround sound, I would say that.
Yeah.
But I really love the theater experience. I mean, me personally, there's some movies that need to be watched in theater.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like Overlord.
But not every movie should have to be watched in a theater, because if you make a movie and then you say, well, it really needs to be watched in a theater. So I guess they don't really have to be watched in a theater, but you should watch them in a theater at first.
Yeah, there's some that you can't get the full effect, unless you've got a banging ass on theater set up.
Well, someone else that likes drive-ins.
Joe Bob Riggs.
Speaking of motorized scooters.
Yeah. Joe Bob Riggs, Dinners of Death. If y'all don't know, we did an interview with him last week. You can go listen to that. You can find out, Dinners of Death's already happened, but you can find out a little bit more about Joe Bob.
Yeah.
He was a sports writer, and he did not like interviewing, as he called him, Bob, I was going to say Valentine. I don't know why. But, fucking A. Bobby Knight. But Bob Knight is what he called him, but everybody knew him as Bobby Knight. Y'all probably don't know who he is, but because y'all don't like sports.
Well, yeah,
but yeah, so Dinners of Death, and he featured the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Hills Have Eyes, Dead or Alive, and Blood Rage. And y'all's opinions. And The Hills Have Eyes, that was his favorite movie?
No.
So it was Chainsaw.
Chainsaw.
See, and that's what I thought it was. For the whole fact that I read an article that was the one movie that got him into he's seen it in a theater and was just like, holy fuck, this is awesome. He didn't really say holy fuck, but you know what I'm saying? That's what I got out of it. But
me and Yeti did a live stream of the first hour of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, and you can only live stream for an hour on Instagram.
Then you got to start over?
No, it'll cut you off because it popped up a timer. And I was like, Yeti, the timer just popped up. I don't know what's going to happen.
But after
we're discussing whether or not it's going to cut us off when it.
Right as it cut us off.
Could you restart it?
We didn't know.
No.
We just ended it.
Yeah, an hour's long enough.
That's what we planned on anyways. But
the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is a classic.
But we also
classic.
went from doing the live video to live tweeting.
Yeah, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's the classic. He had a lot of classic ones on there, though. The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah.
And I had never seen, I had watched part of Chainsaw way back in the day and did not like it. And just, fucking turned it off and went and did something else. And then I watched it again, and I think I was 18 tops, And I watched it again for the first time, fully the other night, and it was really bomb. And I fucking love it now. It was super fucking neat. And to see it for the first time with the Joe Bob commentary and all the fucking information was super neat.
Okay, one part that we was live tweeting about and was watching is Darcy come on, and she said that she likes the remake over the original. And everybody's like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. Even Joe Bob was like, what?
I try to stay up through that, but I try to stay up during the dinners of death, but I'd gotten up at 3:30 Thanksgiving morning.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
I made it to till after The Hills Have Eyes, and then I crashed out. But
so I made it all the way through Dead or Alive. I still haven't watched Blood Rage yet.
Talk about Dead or Alive, man. That's some fucked up shit, dude.
Holy fucking shit. When we interviewed Joe Bob, he told me, he was like, yeah, I think you'll really enjoy that because of my fucking extreme horror thing that I have. And it was kind of like riding a roller coaster with a head full of acid and a blindfold while listening to some really brutal death metal through Hello Kitty headphones. It was a fun ride, but it didn't make a lick of fucking sense.
But there's something good about it, though? Or the Horror Basement Friend was on there.
Oh,
Felissa Rose called in.
Yeah, she's the mangled dick expert.
Yeah, she experts on mangled dicks.
Huh.
Who would know?
That's kind of... I don't know.
I
don't know if that's a good thing.
What?
I said I don't know if that's a good thing that she does that because she's an expert on them.
Well, she had one in Sleepaway Camp, so...
But still, I don't know if it's a good thing.
Yeah,
she might be
to be an expert, you gotta be around a lot of mangled dicks. So
yeah, you gotta do a deep study there.
Yeah,
I told him
that sounds kind of scary.
Let me just tell you about the end of Dead or Alive. It's probably I've showed it to a bunch of people because I found it on YouTube. Just the end of Dead or Alive by Kakashi Miike, and they fucking blow this dude up in a car and stab him in the chest. All right, big fireball, boom, car's fucked. All right, crawls out of the car, his arms all limpy, fucking hanging off. So he rips that bitch off and throws it. Okay, and it's just buckets of blood pumping out of his shit. And then he pulls a pistol, and the gangster dude pulls a pistol, and they shoot each other hella times. And they both go into these weird downward dog kung fu stance fucking yoga pose looking things. They're oh, we're mortally wounded. And then the guy with one arm who's wearing a fucking suit jacket and you just saw a scene of his back that nothing was there, reaches back behind him like he's going to draw a fucking katana, pulls a goddamn bazooka out and drops into a fucking, a crouching pose, and a little fucking thing pops out and he's aiming this bazooka at this gangster dude, who then reaches into his chest, pulls out a glowing magic ball, and throws it, Kamehameha style, at this dude. And he shoots the fucking shiny ball with the bazooka, which results in an explosion. And the camera pans out to a view of the world. The explosion fucking obliterates Japan and the credits roll.
Oh, yeah, I remember seeing it. Yeah, I seen that. Dude, it was the shittiest CGI you've ever seen.
It was fucking horrible, but I liked it. It was fucking, it was ridiculous. Like, if I were to watch it again, I would watch the first 8 minutes and the last 5.
Oh, the first 8 minutes was like a fucked up rock video.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
But then we move into Blood Rage, which I guess I'm the only one to watch. Wow, that movie was something else. The mom is not a good actress in the first part of this movie. She's overdoes the shit big time. But the whole premise of it, it's twin boys and they're at the drive-in. It starts out at the drive-in. Well, the mom is, I guess, I don't think it was their dad. I think it was just, she was on a date, but she had to bring her twin boys with her. And they were up there making out and stuff, and they acted like they're asleep. When they were hardcore making out, they both snuck out. They had one of those station wagons that had a hatch or the swinging door on the very back.
Yeah.
And they snuck out and somehow got a hatchet or something and went over, and the one kid leaned in while this dude was fucking a girl and just smiling at him, and then took a hatchet and chopped him in his face. And everybody was screaming. The boy goes over to his twin brother and, "What did you do?" and wipes the blood on his face and his arms and handed him the hatchet. And that brother went to the mental hospital for so many years or some shit.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So he framed his brother for a murder.
Yeah, and apparently there might have been some incestuous relationship going on between the son that was out and the mother, is what I think I was getting implied by Joe Bob and everybody. Because she couldn't love on the boyfriend that she has, or what, the mom at Thanksgiving dinner. She couldn't love on him in front of the son because he got extremely jealous or something. It was... So then
that sounds weird.
Then it throughout the movie, it's going through, and the other brother that didn't do it escaped the mental hospital, comes back home, and the other brother's, of course, the one that did kill him, he's trying to get him to think or believe that the other brother is trying to kill everybody, which this one's going around killing everybody now again. And the mom ends up killing her beloved son or whatever, thinking it's the one that was in jail or whatever.
So pretty much his evil twin is out, good twin captured. Good twin gets out, evil twin has always been out, starts going around killing and blaming it on the good twin that was institutionalized.
Yeah, so he saw.
And then mama kills evil twin thinking that it was the good twin.
Yeah.
In actuality, okay, yeah.
And then she gets severely upset when she finds this out, so she takes the gun and blows her brains out.
Oh.
Sorry.
Actually, that sounds like a good movie.
What?
I mean, it had a good twist. I mean, from 1987. That movie was originally going to be called Slasher. But
yeah, because even the entrance credit says Slasher, and I'm like, I thought we was watching Blood Rage.
Yeah, see, and it turns to Blood Rage. Did Joe Bob bring that up?
No, I didn't.
Now I'm going to have to go watch the rest of Tuners of Death.
It was good. Well,
I just like his commentaries.
I
wish they would just put commentaries of his.
Throughout the movie?
No, just like the highlights of his commentaries and then no movies.
Yeah. For those of us who have seen the movie,
someone could do that.
Talk about it.
But someone could do that.
Just cut all his segment. I like how they, like he says, now roll the movie, and then they'll stay on them for like 3 minutes. And
yeah, he's like, all right, let's go back to the movie, and then he keeps talking. And I'm just like, what the fuck's he, what?
Why does he keep talking for?
Yeah, I was just like, damn.
I think that's what he did in Monster Vision too, probably.
It's just funny. It's good. So the Dinner of Death was really good. Everybody loved it. Yeti's going to write an article about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
As soon as he gets
I'm
done
gonna write
watching
it up,
Blood Rage.
talk about it a little bit. As soon as I get done watching Blood Rage, I'm gonna write it all up.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite parts though of the whole marathon was I mean, of course, there's a really nice tribute that he did to Toby Hooper, and that was that was really cool. But I think the part that made me laugh the hardest was either the fucking history lesson at the beginning about all the bigots,
Oh man, that was awesome.
or the he goes on. It's either right before or during Dead or Alive. Goes on like a 7.5 minute fucking rant about probiotics.
Yeah.
And it is amazing.
And he's got a bottle of it too, don't he?
Yeah, he's sitting there shaking them the whole time, hoping they would fucking spew.
And it opened up, and it just like he's like, "Well, that was less than I was hoping." I guess he's off screen. He's talking to the director and stuff, ain't he?
Oh yeah,
yeah, imagine.
like they got the crew. He's just talking to the camera crew and everybody. I heard somewhere he was talking about a lot of places you gotta be quiet on the set and shit. And he was like, way back, he had said something and the crew laughed and they're like, "Oh, leave that in. That's good. We like that."
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, if the shit's funny and the crew laughs, I'll say you not laugh.
He's
Right?
Like if
Oh,
I
man, and
heard something funny, I'm gonna laugh.
And he had some funny jokes in there, man. And old girl was just like sitting there like,
Well, that might be her character. And that is going to talk to you about the Tennessee Horror News and Promotion presents the world premiere Chicken's Blood at Full Moon Cineplex, January 5th, 6 to 9 p.m. The red carpet event starts at 6 to 7, guys.
and we will be interviewing on the red carpet. Yep, Jonny will be, and I'll be filming. Okay, Yeti, you'll be doing some too.
Yeah, I would hope so. I mean, we're all going to be there.
Luce will be there. I think Dano said he's going to be there.
Yeah, so go get your tickets now. FullMoonCineplex.com. If you are in the Middle Tennessee area, Mass Destruction Clothing, just going to throw this out there. In-house Creative, the Full Moon Cineplex. Just want to throw sponsors, everything out there.
Of course,
This
Tennessee Horror News.
Yeah, of course us. And we appreciate Corey. It's going to be a great film, guys. And just come out and support it if you're in the Middle Tennessee area. Like they say, support local business. Support local.
Indywood.
Yeah.
Indywood.
But come out and support.
At the House of Indie Horror.
Come out and support your local, independent horror filmmakers.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, support Indywood.
We all talk about
Imagine
indie horror all the time. I'm a big fan, and I think a lot of support in that is when you have locals, man, you gotta support them. And this dude, like, I have every confidence that Chicken's Blood's gonna be fucking dope.
I feel the same way. It's going to be a really good independent movie. And the thing is I know I've shitted on some independent movies in the past. We still got to support them.
But one thing Corey is doing, he's taking the old school with the art for the movie.
Yeah.
He has got an actual artist painting a cover for this, I think, the DVD stuff.
Yeah, so it's going to be like the old school, which is awesome.
Which we got, Yeti got released an article about it.
Got the scoop on
Announcing
that.
it. Yeah,
got the scoop
announce
on it.
Yeah.
Announce it. Keep an eye out for the next article about it when we will reveal the artwork.
Yeah.
Yeti
Yeah.
will write that up.
Saw some progress shots of it, and it's gonna be fucking wild.
And it's only $7 a ticket.
Oh, yeah.
So, go get your ticket. They got a good beer selection.
Like a museum of...
Yeah, horror posters, memorabilia.
Yeah.
It's just a really cool place, guys. So come out January 5th from 6 to 9. The red carpet is from 6 to 7. So come check that out. And with that being said, also go check out our Joe Bob Briggs last drive-in of Joe Bob Briggs, the interview. And just hear a little bit more about Joe Bob and everything. And if you want your opportunity to watch the last drive-in and you're like, I don't have Shudder, we'll use our promo code TNHORROR, TNHORROR. And also be on the lookout, if it's not already out, the Damien Leone interview, the writer-director of Terrifier. We talked to him for about an hour and a half.
That will definitely be out by Saturday.
Yeah, so we appreciate him. You will possibly find out some new stuff on the Terrifier coming out.
Part 2.
There's
a lot more little tidbits. And,
yes,
like,
a lot.
If you're a fan of Terrifier, it's worth it to check it out.
And speaking of movie of the week, he mentioned this movie of the week in this interview.
Yes.
Ha ha ha! Rolling it together, guys. So now it's time for... This is the movie of the week. Movie of the week. All right, guys. Movie of the week. Mandy. And Mandy has a 92% on Rotten Tomato. It has a 68% audience score on Rotten Tomato. So the critics love Mandy. The audience, not so much. But Mandy, directed by Panos Cosmatos. I'm pretty sure that was right. Panos Cosmatos. But it was written by him and Aaron Stewart on. And the story concept was by Panos Cosmatos. I guess the little Cheddar Goblin was written by something else, like that little ad in it.
Oh, yeah.
Like it just gave credit to that, and it said Chris Casper Kelly Cheddar Goblin ad. So, you know, I'll give him credit because that shit. I don't know what the fuck that was, and I know we're skipping here, but just because it got brought up, was that fucking macaroni and cheese or was that rice?
It's macaroni and cheese.
But why did it look like rice when it was on that fucking kid's head? Anyways, sorry, I that was funny. It was trippy. So this movie is the enchanted lives of a couple in a secluded forest are brutally shattered by a nightmarish hippie cult and their demon biker henchmen, propelling a man into a spiraling, surreal rampage of vengeance. Okay, Nicolas Cage is in this movie, and some claim this is his best acting or performance yet. Not sure if you've watched every other fucking Nicolas Cage movie. I'm just going to throw that out there. Not sure. And Mandy Bloom, and I knew I recognized her, and she was in Oblivion. And y'all probably didn't watch that movie with Tom Cruise, but I went to the theaters, watched it with my dad. And it was not a good movie. And Linus Roach was Jeremiah saying, this guy, I was like, man, I can recognize this guy. He was the dad on Batman Begins. He was Bruce Wayne's dad, Mr. Wayne.
Who was?
I'll be damned.
The dude, Linus Roche, the cult leader.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He and I was like, I recognize him, but he was also on Law and Order forever as one of the district attorney, like under the district attorney. And I was like, that's where I knew I recognized him. And this movie, he played a totally different character than I've ever seen him play. And if you watch the behind the scenes, I watched like 5 minutes of it. He says that this movie is probably one of the strangest things he's ever done, or like pushed him further than he's ever gone before on a character. So.
I believe it.
I want to mention some trivia. I don't know if I saw this somewhere or what, but the weapon forged by Red was a homage to legendary metal band Celtic Frost's logo.
Well, I'm going to say this. That was fucking dumb on him forging that weapon, but that's just me.
But it was a sweet-ass weapon.
It was.
It didn't even have a motherfucking grip.
True. That's why I was wondering why didn't Rat like leather.
I don't know if anybody else has ever swung a baseball bat without a grip and you catch it a certain way and it fucking gives you that stinger. When he hit the fucking ground with that, and we're skipping here just because it pissed me off. I was like, when he hit the fucking ground with that, I'm like, there's no way he's holding that motherfucker. Bing! Yeah. Gosh damn, dude. But anyways, yeah. When he poured that fucking shit out, I was like, what the fuck's he making that out of? Cast iron?
It was shit. It looked like nickel or some shit.
Yeah, like that would not be the strongest material to be making an axe out of. But it's a movie, but this is a fantasy movie, guys. I don't know if you knew this. But
yeah, definitely.
Listening to the director, writer, he wanted to create a movie, right? And he got, the concept of some of his from his favorite things when he was growing up. Fangoria magazine, heavy metal music, and cover art for horror films. That's why the colors in this movie.
Because of crazy-ass colors.
And he wanted to create a fantasy world that had horror elements and sci-fi elements. So it's not even in the real world. Because it's more like a dream to me.
Yeah. That's what it
It was
seemed like.
so weird.
So, and knowing that now, like when I was watching the movie, I was like, what the fuck? But now it's like, because you want it, like in your mind, you want it to be in a real world-ish, but yet these fuckers are calling up demons.
Yeah.
You know, when he got back to the house and they're sleeping, I could not sleep in something like that. That little glass box, pretty much.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
It's like, it's all glass, so, which, you know, I see that they're in the middle of the woods, but still, just the fact that anybody can walk up to that and just
Well,
stare.
an animal could just stare at you.
You know.
And you're trying to bang it out, and fucking bears just over there looking at you, and you're like, gosh, come on, bear, stop looking at me, bear.
Fuck off, man.
Yeah,
I can't
bear.
Look over
You
at
want
the
some of this, bear?
Hey, the bear is over like this.
But then you start being like, yeah, bear, you want some? Nah, sorry, you got way off track there. My bad. This is a trippy ass movie, so.
Yeah, Buzz. I tell you, man. Like lately, man, Nicolas Cage has not turned down a role since like I don't know when, right? And he's become kind of a meme.
They searched him out for this role.
And man, I tell you what, I didn't have a very high opinion on him because of his, like I loved a lot of the older stuff he did, but lately it's just like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? I tell you, coming out of the other end of watching Mandy, I think the guy's really a national treasure.
Well, and that's how. But
that's funny.
Yeah, ha! Way to go, national treasure joke.
Yeah, he
that's
called my heart the Declaration of Independence. He told that son of a bitch.
But that's how the people that's how the creative team for this Mandy movie feels and has felt about him, and I think they said the same thing, that they thought he was a national treasure in acting, like he's one of the better actors right now. And
what if a Bigfoot was staring at you in that window while you slept? You woke up and you seen like the Harry and the Henderson Bigfoot.
If he started jerking it, it would be the weirdest fucking thing ever. I'm just going with that.
Bigfoot over there watching you.
And here's the fuck. God, we're gonna get into this. God.
Hey.
And
we
are gonna.
Andy finishes on the window.
But we are gonna be talking to a cryptozoologist here soon. So.
Is that next week?
December the 1st, we'll be talking to him.
Oh, hey, that's a good segue to talk about. Anyways.
But they gotta have genitalia, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
They just got that shit flopping around.
Do you think it's like a dog's?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying, dude. Do you think is it just flopping around? Is it just swaying in the wind?
I don't know.
No one knows. But okay, we're not going there. Get away from the fucking Bigfoot meat.
Dude, this fucking movie
is making everything trippy now.
It is. It's fucking okay. Look, I was for real. Like Jimmy watched it before I did. And he was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna fucking love this," and I was like, "Bet." So we go into it, and I'm just like, "Look, I was in the right mindset to watch this movie, okay?" And we go through like the first, 45 minutes, and I'm just like, "Dude, this movie is fucking boring." Yeah. Like there was a lot of things that I liked. It was like super trippy, and the trails and stuff. It was like really fucking like whoever conceptualized the aesthetics of that and how it was shot, they've done acid. Like there's no.
They're doing acid.
Well, I mean that's obviously what's his name? The Panos Cosmatos.
Yeah.
Cosmatos. Sorry, I'm fucking his name up.
Speaking of acid, though, the guy that was making the acid was also Doomhead from 31.
The chemist is what he is called in this movie. And I wish I could get a hold of some of his stuff because Nicolas Cage touched a little bit of powder and put it on his tongue, and the world melted. His face melted. I was like, oh my god, that would be But this movie, it's artsy.
Very much.
And I think that's why the critics like it, because of the artsy aspect of it with the colors.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I don't like movies like this, but I don't like movies like this.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For the most part. And like,
it's just, if I was in the right mindset as Yeti, I probably would have liked it a little better.
Well, I didn't really enjoy like the first half of it. I was just like, they had all these elements that I enjoyed, and then they like set somebody on fire.
Yeah, they set
They
a
hung
girl
this
on
broad
fire.
from chains from the ceilings and set her on fire and managed to make it boring.
Yeah. But then she was like ash when he found her.
And then, like, 2 scenes later, Nicolas Cage is in his underoos in a fucking bathroom just chugging whiskey. And then that's where everything turns, man. He fucking snaps and shit just gets real. The whole color palette changes. The tone of the movie changes.
Yeah, because it was all pink and
full Nicolas
purple.
Cage. And fucking...
Hey, it's not Nicolas Cage. It's Nicolas Rage.
Oh, yeah. That was definitely some Nicolas Rage.
Yes.
I was like, he's just out here nicking around. What the fuck? And then he just, like, snaps, dude. And it was fucking gorgeous. Like, the kills and the effects and the just the over-the-top violence. I said, like, when they set her on fire, I was like, look, if your slow burn contains a fucking full, like a person being set on fire, you better fucking deliver. And I tell you what, Mandy delivered with the weird and the over-the-top violent. There was a fucking chainsaw sword fight.
Yeah, a dude had a huge one. Hey, but real quick, I want to go to the demons. Was it me or them motherfuckers? Yeah, they look like some BDSM motherfuckers, didn't they?
Yeah, that's what we were saying too. Like,
I think it was a call to the Cenobites.
Yeah, they did definitely remind me of Cenobites.
Like a call, like, hey, I really like, the Hellraiser films. I'm going to do a call back to them. So kind of like a nod.
So when Nick Rage is walking by a door, this dude's bent over, bleeding out his ass, and you see why he is bleeding out his ass not too long after.
Yeah.
This motherfucker's sitting on the couch watching porn, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And this sumbitch has a big ass blade strapped to it, and it's blood dripping off of it.
Yep. We talked about that last night too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah. So you got to go back to that interview. You got to listen to the interview with Damien and Jonny. We talked some fucked up shit with him, dude. Like we legit talked some fucked up shit with him. But yeah. Is this movie for everyone, Mandy? No.
No, fuck no.
If you're on an acid trip, yeah.
And I'll say this. The movie was too long. 2 hours and 1 minute long. It held, like, it would just fucking hold on someone's face too long. The dialogue took long. I mean, and I understand you want to make, dude, he made a film before this that everyone says you need to go watch. If you watch that film, Black Rain or something.
Beyond the Black Rainbow.
Beyond the Black Rainbow. If you was to watch that first and then watch this movie, you would kind of see the mindset of him. And because that's what they told Nicolas Cage was, hey, we want you to do this film. You'd be perfect for it. Go watch Beyond the Black Rainbow, and you'll see. And that, I guess that got him, because they wanted him to be the main character or whatever.
So would you say this movie is 2 hours too long?
No. It's 30 to 45 minutes too long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it really is. They could have really pared down the first act.
Well, and the cartoon shit, the animated stuff.
Oh man. So this is funny. It involves that. And we were talking about, like, when I said that the movie had better fucking pay off. And they're like, in what? And I was like, I don't know, some fucking Japanese-inspired goddamn gore or something. And about that time, the anime thing came up. And I was like, that's not what the fuck I meant, movie. And her face melts. And I'm like, maybe it fucking was, okay? I don't know.
I don't know what I want, damn.
Well, I didn't get it. I mean, but now I do get it because, like I say, it's kind of artsy. It's kind of trippy. It's a fantasy world. Yeah. It's a calling to, the things that the director loves.
It's drugs.
It's drugs. Yeah, it's the love for drugs, to be honest. So, like I say, is this movie for everyone? Probably not. But
probably not.
Probably not. But go
like,
check it out.
I could understand both sides of it. I could understand why people have been sucking this movie's dick for 6 months.
Yes.
And I can understand why people would watch it and go, "This is the worst fucking thing I've ever seen."
Because it's either I think it's either you're down with it or you're not, and I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not
I feel
really
like
down with it.
It's not a movie you can kind of like.
Like, now, granted, like when he crushes dude's skull and the eyes came out, you know,
That was dope.
it was dope. It was cool. The kills are cool, but it takes a long time to get to them.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I feel like I liked it. I think it really paid off after making you wait for fucking ever for anything to happen.
But should you have to wait that long for it?
You really shouldn't, but I mean,
But hey, some
paid
good
off,
things
you know,
are worth the wait.
Who's worth the wait?
But the Cheddar Goblin for me was the best part of the movie.
That was pretty awesome. I
mean, that commercial was
my
fucking
wife
awesome.
And I was like,
Why? Because you know why? Because it's a fucking 80s goddamn TV ad, and that's what it's just like. Yeah, I remember that shit as a kid. Them stupid fucking macaroni and cheese ads.
I'm sitting there thinking, I do not remember fucking Cheddar Goblin. Was
Well,
that
ain't
that
real.
was not real.
He was throwing up on their fucking heads.
Oh my god, it was amazing.
It was funny. So
But yeah,
I think my favorite part of the whole movie was
well,
he snaps this dude's neck. One of the demon bikers snaps his neck and just like freezes in this fucking neck snap pose
yeah.
with his face. Like it was just I was just like, holy shit, that's full Nicolas Cage right there.
And then he just goes and fucking looks at a piece of glass, picks it up, and snorts it on a big fucking pile.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I thought the same thing though. I was like, that's Nick Cage. Only he can do that.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
pure, like, uncut Nick Cage right there. It was fucking beautiful. I loved it.
Parts of this movie was good. I would say that.
all right. And what my favorite part was the credits, because it was fucking over.
Yeah. See, JimJam, and this is the thing. This is why we say go watch the movie, and make your own opinion on it. Always. But out of three of us, JimJam really didn't like it.
No.
I thought, I mean, I could see some parts of it, and yet he liked it. He come around to it. So, three people, three different opinions. You know, they're varying. You'll probably go watch this with your significant other, and they'll probably fucking hate it, and you might love it, or it might be vice versa.
You know something I did see?
But if you can tag team it and like it, then good for y'all. Y'all got it fucked up. Appreciate y'all listening, and we're gonna talk about the next show, current horror news.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little throwback of some current horror news. Yeah, we're gonna come up with a headline for each of us.
Yeah.
Is that the goal?
Discuss a new headline.
Or if you, let's throw this out there, and we can put it out there. If there's something in the current horror news that you want us to talk about, that you think that we should go look into, let us know.
Yeah, we'll throw it up on Instagram.
Yeah, and we can kind of like dive deeper into it, and we'll give our opinion on it. Horror series?
TV like shows.
TV horror series?
Yeah.
What's a TV horror series?
We can talk about the ones that are out there.
I'm just fucking with JimJam out here. Sorry.
Fuck.
And the movie of the week is Sequence Break. Is that a real movie?
Yeah.
Like I was sitting there thinking, like, or is this like a sequence break? We're breaking up. The yeah, like,
No, that's
are you
maybe-
fucking with me?
No.
What's this movie on?
It's on. It don't have to. It didn't. I forgot it didn't have to be, but it's on Shudder.
It's on Shudder. Well, and with that being said, Sequence Break will be the movie of the week next week. TN Horror promo code 30 days free. Go tell your friends. Share it with your fucking friends. If you haven't shared it with your friends, what kind of friend are you? That could be their fucking Christmas present coming up, guys.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Just make them a Shudder account and give it to them. Like you got 30 days free.
But I need your credit card first.
No, just use a gift card. Just get a $5 gift card you pay for 1 month.
Yeah.
So you get 30 days free. So you get 2 months. Tell them 2 months are already paid.
Bam. But yeah, so we appreciate y'all, and thanks for taking time out with us. And go listen to the Damien Leone interview coming up before this Saturday, and check out that Joe Bob interview.
It'll probably be up before Saturday.
Yeah, so but after this podcast, so
yeah,
be on the lookout for it, and because it's a good one. We We get fan questions, and we ask every fan question. We might not ask the old question, but we did ask them. So we appreciate y'all. I know I keep saying that, but...
So, yeah, that's all we got, y'all. We out.
Peace.
Stay spooky. Try not to be an asshole.